So, I mean, I think the first most attractive thing about this is I typically like Pinot Grigios from northern Italy, Friuli, Alto Adige. That's what that's where I look first. If I don't know the wine and I want a Pinot Grigio, I look for those regions first.
Now, I don't know anything about Italian Pinot Grigios. Are they not region? I would assume that Pinot Grigio only came from a certain region. No.
Well, I mean, since Pinot Grigio blew up,
okay.
Everybody started planting it, and that's the thing. You can get it anywhere now, almost anywhere.
It's Italian Chardonnay.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. No, it's true.
People, yeah. When it blew up in the '90s, Pinot Grigio was still drinking wine, and I think it blew up because it was the most non-offensive wine you could ever come across.
Right.
Which is kind of a bad way to like a wine.
It's like you, Will.
But I think one of the I think one of the largest, the most imported wines, and it may be the number one imported wine in the U.S. is Santa Margherita Pinot Grigio, which I drank 20 years ago as a young guy on Wall Street, and it was clever and it was creative and no one had sort of ever heard of it, and it's grown and grown and grown ever since. I mean, that seriously is, I think, the biggest single brand and maybe the single largest, again, sort of branded import. I don't know, Yellowtail probably, maybe bigger, so maybe it's European import as opposed to a global import or something, but I mean, it's huge now.
I drank my share, over-chilled on a summer day.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the way to have it,
But it's interesting because we never actually offered a Pinot Grigio, I don't think, in the history of the Guild, and because these wines are so mainstream and broadly adopted, if you will, they're less wine geek wines. And one of the interesting things about this Tenuta Luisa is we stumbled into something that's really classy, it's really complex. This is real wine in a way that I don't think I've ever had a Pinot Grigio. I mean, I've had some that are better than others, but I don't think I've had anything that sort of qualifies at the level of real wine.
Pinot Gris is Grand Cru wine in Alsace. Pinot Gris, Pinot Grigio, these are big in Austria and Italy in that region, and this is the border area we're talking about in Italy here. And there's a reason it got as big as it did.
Right.
It can be a delicious wine. It can be a great wine. And it's probably wine geeks who got into it first who opened it up to the world at large.
Right.
And it is fantastic. And what we're getting to here is kind of a return to Pinot Grigio as a real wine.
Right.
This stuff is awesome. This is incredible. There's so much going on in this wine.
Right. Very interesting sort of tropical flavor profile, which is a little bit surprising for Pinot Grigio, and I think that's some of the complexity there that is interesting to us. We've talked about notes of sort of banana or coconut or other things. It seems like this sees some oak, I would think.
It feels like that. There's a creaminess to it that you almost feel like not new oak by any means, but used barrels where you're getting that oxygen exchange that just fattens up a wine and makes it delicious, and it fills your mouth and it gives it length. And
now, it's been open for a couple of hours now. Has it changed at all?
I think it's changed. I'm getting actually a little Gruner Veltliner sort of spritz to the acidity there. Spritz is the wrong word, but the acidity, sharpness, is coming through kind of like what I think of it in a Gruner Veltliner, which is the backbone of the wine.
Yeah, like
and
it's
certainly
fine.
Pinot Grigio from this area. The acidity is what you want.
Right.
I mean that's what makes the wine not just delicious, but have some complexity, has some depth, has some interest and intrigue.
Right. So we're big fans. I mean, again, we never offered one of these out before, but we think this is exactly the kind of wine.
Under $15. Under $15, and what, 92 points?
92 points from Wine Spectator, and nothing not to like in our mind. So we think it's outstanding. If you've had these in restaurants, if you have them in your cellar and you're interested in Pinot Grigio, this is as good as you're ever going to do as far as we're concerned.
And load up for the summer, because I mean this wine's available now, and it's not going to be here come June, July. It's going to be gone. It's going to be new vintage. Who knows what the next vintage brings? This is the 2008. 2008,
and this will the press we've gotten on this is advanced from Wine Spectator, and will be out in force when the new issue comes out in a matter of a couple of days. So, this may move very quickly once that hits, and so it's a great opportunity to act right now.
That's what we do here at the Guild.
Thanks very much. We'll talk to you soon.